Arab and other Muslim countries requested the meeting in response to American recognition of Jerusalem as Israel's capital. Palestine's UN envoy says the Assembly will vote on a draft resolution calling for Trump to rescind his declaration. A similar resolution was vetoed by the United States in the Security Council. Let's speak to William Denselow. William is in New York. William, obviously the General Assembly has far greater numbers than the Security Council. How is this likely to break down? Do we know at the moment?
Well, essentially, we can go back to the last time this was really the last time that the United Nations General Assembly voted on a topic with regards to the Palestinian issue. Of course, it was a different question they were asked. It was asked whether they wanted to give the Palestinians give them a non-member observer status, to which they overwhelmingly voted in favour. It was something like 9 members voting against the proposal. So that really showed the huge influx of support that they received. And that's really the key for this move on Thursday, this vote, because obviously it's non-binding, unlike votes at the United Nations Security Council. But essentially, it's an attempt to send a clear message to Israel, a clear message to the United States of where the international community, these 193 nations at the United Nations General Assembly, stand on such a matter. It's an attempt to show a degree of unity from the United Nations. Of course, previous United Nations Security Council resolutions state that the issue of Jerusalem should only be a part of negotiations between the Israelis and the Palestinians. That's why a number of members of the United Nations have described the move by the US administration as a violation of international law.
Well, Nikki Haley, the US ambassador to the UN, says, look, this is an American matter. It's about where we want to put our embassy. But she's actually seemed to threaten other members of the General Assembly.
It's absolutely right, Adnan. In this tweet, incredibly provocative language from Nikki Haley, the US ambassador to the UN, stating that the US does more and has been asked by council members to do more and to give more. Of course, the US, such a valuable part of keeping the wheels turning, keeping the lights on at the United Nations. So this is certainly a stark warning to the United Nations and its members. Of course, not the first time that the Trump administration has made such a similar kind of threats to the international community. Of course, we need to cast our minds back to the repeated warnings to NATO members to pay their fair share. So very much seen as a similar type of rhetoric. Of course, this comes just a day after President Trump revealed his national security strategy, in which he said that the United States is in a competition and is a competition to win. So the US being perfectly clear in their stance, stating that, simply put, as you rightly mentioned, the view from the US is that it's their embassy. They have the right to put it wherever they so please. Nikki Haley in the past has described it, simply put, as a common sense decision.
William Denselow in New York. Thank you, William.